Alongside a global pandemic that has killed millions, residents of the American West have for 2 consecutive summers confronted unprecedented wildfire seasons. So far this year, roughly 4,500 wildfires have charred more than 5 million acres, and fires continue to grow in frequency and intensity. With them come a number of human health concerns, including the risk that bodies worn down by exposure to smoke could more easily succumb to infectious diseases. Teasing out the effects of wildfire smoke on health is both urgent and difficult. With wildfires, we're generally looking in the rearview mirror, looking retroactively, says Sheryl Magzamen, a respiratory epidemiologist at Colorado State University. While air pollution from cars can be studied in real time by placing sensors near roads, she adds, wildfires are sporadic and unpredictable. Where they are and when they happen and where the smoke goes is really complex. But a burgeoning interest in respiratory diseases born out of the pandemic are bringing together wildfires and human health in new ways. While many effects are ascribed to smoke making lungs more susceptible to diseases such as influenza and COVID-19, early research indicates that in addition, smoke may itself also be a vector for spreading pathogens. Even though it's upsetting to think about sometimes, it's an exciting time to be doing this kind of work, Magzamen tells the scientist. There's energy and motivation that maybe wasn't there before. San Francisco's famous Golden Gate Bridge was barely visible through the smoke on September 9, 2020. How dangerous are hazy skies? The health effects of air pollution are well documented, and scientists are beginning to probe wildfire smoke as a particularly damaging subset. Dirty air, full of exhaust from cars and factories, dust, smoke, metals, and pollen, kills an average of 9 million people worldwide each year, and a global study published today, September 8, in the Lancet Planetary Health attributed 3,500 deaths each year directly to wildfire pollution. For decades, scientists have linked exposure to particulate matter in pollution to increased incidences of asthma, allergies, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, dementia, and certain cancers. There's really no part of the body it doesn't touch, says Mary Prunicki, the director of air pollution and health research at Stanford University's Sean Parker Center for Asthma and Allergy Research. Fine particles less than 2.5 micrometers in diameter, PM2.5, are considered to be the most dangerous component in air pollution, including smoke. That's because the particles are so small that they can pass across the lungs and enter the blood. There's localized inflammation in the lung itself, but when the particle size is small enough, that inflammation and other problems can now happen throughout the body, Prunicki tells the scientist. CQA. Pollution linked to 15% increase in COVID-19 deaths, inside our lungs, PM2.5 interferes with oxygen exchange and negatively affects lung function, making it hard to breathe deeply and disrupting the ability of cilia in the lungs to clear mucus and the potential irritants it contains. Once it passes into the blood, PM2.5 also causes inflammation in the heart and brain and primes our immune system to react aggressively to allergens and bacteria, leaving us more vulnerable to viral pathogens such as influenza. A small increase in the daily average summer PM2.5 was associated with an increase in the subsequent winter influenza rate of between 16 and 22%. A study in rural Montana found that periods of dense wildfire smoke were associated with unusually bad influenza seasons in the winters that followed. University of Montana computational ecologist Erin Landguth, who led the study, says she originally expected smoke exposure in the weeks before flu season started to have the strongest association with the number of cases. Instead, PM2.5 levels from months before, during the height of the fire season, correlated most strongly with influenza cases. a small increase in the daily average summer PM2.5 was associated with an increase in the subsequent winter influenza rate of between 16 and 22%. Please support my channel to grow by pressing subscribe button and the bell icon. We will notify you technological news. Thank you.